one of the worst nuts of dough I've ever had in my life.
Bro, we left the drinks.
Did you get some?
It's in the fridge.
Oh.
Run and go.
I'm not doing it.
Sorry, guys. Alex is dead lame today.
How am I being lame? I'm sorry that I'm putting in that juice right now.
You're not giving your true content. You're not going out there to go get the juice.
I'm sure that you forgot to bring it in the studio.
Yo, I have my hand.
Can we just take a moment and just admire my voice?
Can we admire how annoying your voice is? I know.
Actually impossible. Yeah, they hear it, they're like, wow, this guy's like the greatest of all time.
I hate it here. Anyways.
So something happened today. I had a flashback. Story time
with the Amicy.
With the Amicy. No, so I had a patient today, and so I'm trying to think what happened. I got a new patient today, so we're in the room getting him situated. Right, he had just kind of come up here from like the cath lab, right? And then I was like, let me go check him out, the patients, because this patient just got here. So I started walking to different rooms. So I walk into the room. Check on the bathroom. I was like, hey.
You know he's going to do that.
My.
Way to go. Way to go. This is Milo acting like he's tough. You ain't tough.
Milo. Couche. Well, I got to check this out. So, I get into the room. I'm after one of those effects of just the knocking. We had to splice that whole segment because I knocked on the table and Milo thought there was someone at the door, so he was like, he said, "No." Milo said, "Release the Kraken." So anyhow, I knock on the door. Patient's not there, so I'm like,
"What?"
Then I had a little flashback to 10 minutes prior. I saw that same patient walking. Right, that's okay. So he's probably taking a lap in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Nowhere in the
5 minutes later, no patient. 10 minutes later, no patient. I'm like, yo, what is happening? So I go find a nurse and I was like, hey, have you seen the patient? She's like, he's in his room. I was like, no, I just checked. He's not in his room. And then come to see, I see the same patient come like 30 minutes later. He's got a a Dr. Pepper in one hand and a whole plate of food on the other, and he's trying to sneak back into his room.
Like it's a hotel.
And so, mind you, we're on the 10th floor. Yeah. That dude went, so he left the floor, mind you, he's on the cardiac monitor. Left the floor, went all the way down to the ground floor to get food, even though he gets room service delivered to the room. And the reason why that came into my mind was this. So a couple of years ago, I had a patient. He had just came on my floor, and he did the same thing. He kept leaving to go smoke cigarettes. And I went into his room. I didn't see him. So I went into the room. I charted. I said, I did my part. I told the nurse. And then he comes back upstairs. I check his oxygen. His oxygen's at like in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you can't leave the floor because the people that know information about you are on this unit. If you go down to the ground floor or anywhere off this floor and something happens, no one knows you, which means we cannot really help you because we don't really know anything about you unless it's the people that are on this floor, which is why we have you on this unit. He said, okay. I go take care of some of the patients. He leaves to go smoke again. So he comes back. And I literally said to him, I said, sir, I've spoken to you multiple times. I just want to make sure I do my due diligence here. I've spoken to the nurse. We've done our part. I was like, please don't allow one cigarette to be the reason why instead of you going forward 10 steps, you end up going backwards 10 steps. He said, okay, I'm not going to do it again. I said, okay, I got you. I go take care of my other patients, and I'm kind of walking through the hallway, and I turn to the left, and I see this guy's room empty again. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I called the nurse. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know he left again. So me and the nurse both go into the room. I did my charting. Patient was not in the room. I did give him information. Yeah. She did her part. And I kind of casually walked to the front of the windows in the room. And I was kind of looking outside while she's charting. And I'm looking down.
Oh no.
And I was like, quick question. What was our patient wearing right? Because I saw a guy sitting on the bench. And she was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, me neither. Anyhow, so I start walking back from the window to the door, and as I'm about to get to the threshold of the door to go back to the hallway, we hear code blue, hospital entrance. Code blue, hospital entrance. So we both start running too. We go look outside because we're on the 10th. We're way up there on the 8th floor. We're looking down, and all you see, bro, is people just sprinting. To sprinting. I'm like horde of people sprinting trying to get to him. Turns out my patient left the floor again to go smoke, and he went to cardiac arrest. Well, that dude was dead. He was just sitting there talking to somebody, smoking cigarettes again, which I told him not to.
Oxygen, right?
We found no oxygen, right? And then he was just gone. But the person he was talking to didn't realize he was dead. Okay?
Wait, what?
She didn't realize it because he was just sitting there, right? And then when he realized it, freaks out. Goes crazy. People start sprinting, code, all that stuff. People, they literally pull them down off the ground, doing compressions, and we're just watching from the 8th floor. I'm like, this is literally what I was saying. Like, we can't do it. Like, do you know how long it will take us to get from the 8th floor to the 1st floor, then to get to you when you're way out there in the hospital entrance, bro?
Bro, by the time you get down there, it's
Anyhow,
like,
guys,
because especially everybody's trying to get on the elevator too.
Yeah, so. Listen to whoever's out there. When you go to a hospital and they tell you, hey, let's not do dumb things that's going to get you backwards 10 steps. Sometimes you got to listen. I literally still visualize it all the time. When I talk to patients, I'm like, you do realize I've seen this story before.
But they got the, you don't own me.
You don't own me. Have we gone live yet?
Nah, bro.
All right, baby, we're live. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us and actually checking out Storytime with the Amicy's. If you had enjoyed that past clip, just know in the future there's going to be more to come.
More to come,
and remember,
people.
at all times, don't cheat yourself. You see this
Love
hoodie?
thyself.
And keep it Amicy. Peace!
I live inside my own world of make-believe.